Okay, let's do the back side, which has examples 2, 3, and 4. Example 2 said graph the piecewise function below and find the characteristic requested. So guys, this example says f of x is, first piece, 1/2 times the quantity of x plus 10, only when x is less than -4. The second piece, okay, so first piece is this one right here. The second piece says 3, only when x is from -4 inclusive to 3 inclusive, or we can read that as x between -4 and 3 inclusive. And the last piece, 3 pieces, -2x plus 9 when x is bigger than 3. So just like what we have been doing, guys, we will make 3 tables, okay? So we are going to start with piece 1 table, pick an x value, piece 2 table, pick an x value. Let's fill these in, x and y. Let me just use green maybe for the third one. Yeah, let's use green for that one. So piece number 3, 1 function, 3 pieces, okay? Let's start with the first piece. X, guys, is less than -4, so we have to pick -4, and we are going to put in -4 for x. -4 plus 10, +6, +6, and then times half in the front. That's going to be a +3. This will be an open circle, okay? Open circle. Let's go and plot that really quickly. -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, open circle. Now, if we look at this piece right here, students, we do know the slope is going to be 1/2, which is a positive slope. Now, to get a positive number, sometimes we can use -1 over -2. Well, remember, we have to make sure x is less than -4, meaning that this first piece has to be over here on the left side. So keep that in mind as we are graphing out. So I'm going to erase, but as you know, my first open circle is right there. Now I cannot use +1, which is up 1/2, because then that puts me on the right side, right? If I go up 1/2, up 1/2, I'm on the right side, and that's not correct. It has to be on the left side. So to be on the left side, I'm gonna go down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2. I'm making as many dots as I can see here, and make sure we're using a straight edge to connect this first ray. So that first ray is going to go just like that. There you go. The second ray, I'm using purple here. The second ray, guys, we have to start picking the value that we see, which is -4. The last value we have to pick is 3, okay? Then this is the part where we can see that there is no work needed to be done, because whatever x value we pick for the second piece, the y is just simply 3. So we have -4 up 3, close circle, because it has an equal at the bottom. But we fill in the other one, yes, and that's okay. And then the other point is 3, 3. It has to be closed circle. This is going to be a segment, and it goes just like that. The third one is the green one. Yes, we have to pick point starting with what we see, which is 3. Mental math, 3, plug it in. 3 times -2 is going to be -6. -6 plus 9 is 3, and is going to be an open circle. Okay, well, I already have a closed one right there, so even if I make an open one, it doesn't matter. It filled in each other, so that whole thing is going to be now close. Your slope for this green piece, student, is -2, or you can put it over 1 if you like. -2 over 1 is going to be down 2 units, right 1, down 2 units, right 1, down 2 units, right 1, and make as many dots as you can make, so that way your ray is going to be a nice straight one. Okay, let's connect this. After this, once you're done graphing, you want to fill out stuff that's easy to fill out, okay? Stuff that we don't have to do math for. The stuff that we need to do math for, we'll save it. Is it continuous? The question is it continuous? Remember, definition of continuous mean, can we graph this from left to right without lifting up a pencil? Since we don't have any open circle, the answer is yes, okay? So we can graph the entire piece without lifting up our pencil, so it is definitely continuous. Your domain is going to be all real numbers since it is continuous. And we can also, remember, I want you to practice writing interval notation. So that's going to be from negative infinity to positive infinity. Range, guys, is going to be all y values. These arrows, that means they're going downward as well. So that's going to say, okay, negative infinity. The highest y value that we have is 3. So it's going to be negative infinity to 3. And at 3, it's bracket because we do have a y value at 3. It's not an open circle. X-intercept, there are 2 of them. I know one is a nice one. So this one right here is negative 10 comma 0. And this one is not very nice. So we will need to find the second green one after this. Okay, but we'll write the first one first. Negative 10 comma 0 comma. Let's write x-intercept. And then we need to go and find it. X-intercept is when y goes to 0. So remember, the green piece, guys, is this third one, okay? So what we do is x-intercept when y goes to 0. So we take this right here and we set it equal to 0 and we solve. So 0 equals negative 2x plus 9 minus x from both sides. So that's negative 9 equals negative 2x. Divide both sides by negative 2. X equals positive 9 over positive 2 because a negative divided by negative is a positive. So you can write 9 over 2 or 4.5 or 4.5. So that's our second x-intercept, okay? 4.5 comma 0. Y-intercept, let's see if we can find a nice point without work. Yes, we can. It is just simply 0 comma 3 up. 0, 3. Increasing, we have one interval that's increasing. This is going up. The slope is positive. So we're hiking up this interval right here. And we're tired because we're hiking up. So that domain right there is simply this. Okay, so it's going to be negative infinity. And it stops here at negative 4. And it's not inclusive because we do not see any equal sign right there. So they're both going to be parentheses. That's going to say negative infinity, negative 4, parentheses, okay? Decreasing interval. Yes, we do have one. It's in green. And let me show you where you can find that interval. It's this piece right here. It starts at 3, non-including, but this arrow goes to the right, okay? This green piece right here eventually is going to hit positive 10x, positive 100x, positive 1 million x, so we call that positive infinity. So open parentheses, 3 comma positive infinity. Now constant interval, constant is when you're not exerting any energy because it's so flat, right? So decrease is when you're sliding down. Whee! Constant is when you're not really huffing and puffing. So constant interval, this is your domain right here from negative 4 inclusive to positive 3. So that's going to be a bracket. Negative 4 to positive 3 bracket because those are both equal on domain right there. Okay, next, it's asking us this piece. Find f of 3. Students, this means find y when x equals to 3. We can find this 2 ways, and let me show you which one's easier, okay? Sometimes we look at the graph. When x is 3, we're going to go over here. This is x equals to 3. Find y. Here's a y value. The final answer has to be 3. Y has to be 3 when x is 3. So that's what we're going to fill in. Because the answer is nice and friendly on the graph, we don't need to worry about using your equation. But sometimes it's not friendly. So let me kind of teach you. When it's not friendly, then we have to find out of these 3 domains, which domain contains the value of x of 3. And this is the only one that does. If that's the only one that does, then the y has to be 3. So either way, your answer is 3 on that very last box. Let me just pinch it in here, so that way you get the entire piece together.